Greetings and welcome to your Mindfulness Mastery podcast. I am your host and trusted guide, Tawnya Love. I am an intuitive, shamanic, angelic wayshower, healer, light worker, and author. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this podcast. To schedule any one-on-one sessions or group healing events, you can visit and book your sessions on my divinely inspired website at mindfulnessmastery888.com. Thank you so much for your presence and for your support. Now sit back, relax, and open yourself to receive. Welcome everyone to Mindfulness Mastery 888, The Real, Raw, and Truthful. I am Tawnya Love, and I'm here with my co-host, Cindy Campbell.
Hello, everyone.
We are moving through some stuff this morning where Cindy is kind of basically it's coming to the awareness that it's time for her to move through another auric clearing experience, which I feel as we were chatting and just sharing heart to heart, like it would be really powerful to share some of this conversation that we're having with you as listeners, because it would help maybe answer some questions, help people understand what even is an auric clearing and how does that help us? Like, why would we get one? What does it do for us? And how powerful can they be?
Yeah.
And so Cindy was talking about some things in her own dreams that she had last night. And basically we were just talking about dreams today.
Yeah.
I was processing some dreams that I had had that were bringing up some vulnerabilities from me leaving a toxic relationship a year ago, and how I often look as a healer, I see healing very cyclical, and we spiral around and around a situation and we understand it more deeply each time. And sometimes we'll, even like in the cellular memory of something, let's say you broke up a year ago, it's now a year mark. There's like an anniversary mark of that traumatic ending, and it can bring up emotion and it can bring up things that, not to traumatize you or to make you identify and think, oh, I'm going to always have this weirdness to deal with, but it's more just here's some residue of that situation, and we could let some of this go or all of it go. And so we keep coming back around. And so my path as a self-heal, how would I word that? Like, I'm a healer who heals myself. And I also am a healer who assists others in healing themselves. But as one that really understands that you have to do that work for yourself, I see it as the path of efficiency is let's face this shit, let's release it, let's integrate it, let's understand it, and let's ascend from it. And so that's always my intention. And so sometimes things will come around. Yeah. So we were talking about dreams, and some of the dreams I was processing from some trauma, and we were talking about doing some somatic breathwork together, which I also recently just recorded an exercise that I'll share for everyone, where you as a listener, viewer, can also experiment and experience somatic breathwork as a way to release trauma and excess energy. But Cindy was talking with me this morning about her dreams, and some things were coming up, and we were just I listen really deeply when people are talking about things to understand what they're saying in a word, kind of what the words are saying, but then energetically, symbolically, what it could be saying. And we really started to process some deeper places in her where some trauma was ignited and where she carried this wound, and how much it's really affected her self and her ability to have healthy relationships, like intimate relationships.
Yeah.
Do you want to share anything from there? So we were kind of talking about you being the runner.
Yes.
That was kind of what kicked us off to do this.
We were talking about, and that I, in relationships, I definitely have this feeling of like, not wanting to get too close, like being scared to like show my true self, being scared to like speak up for myself, And then, yeah. And sometimes just trying to like be the person I think that person wants me to be, or be the person that I feel I need to be safe in the relationship, you know, and that's just from old traumas.
Yes.
But it
lots
has,
of programming.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Like think of since when we're little and we're taught, like Cindy and I were talking about, well, your dream, I think we should talk about some of it, not every bit of it for your privacy, but I think the parts where you were talking about, there's like a group of psychics and, you know, there's really nice ones and they're very nice and everyone's nice.
Yeah.
And then there's one that's just really calling out some things that need to be seen and addressed. And then a lot of the people scatter and leave the table because they're like, how dare you call me out on my actual shit?
Yes.
And I feel like that's something that is a program. And so I was telling Cindy, you know, that could be a part of yourself that I remember as a little girl having this literal plaque on my wall that said, sugar and spice and everything nice. That's what little girls are made of. Mm-hmm. And I remember reading that every night because it was right above my bed and looking at it and like talk about programming. And also just the programming of like family, religion, societal, of being a good little nice girl. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I was a really nice girl, but at the same time, it felt very conflicting at times where I would just speak truth on something and then get punished.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute. So you're not allowed to speak the truth here? Oh, you can't challenge people in bigger meat suits. Like if they're in older meat suits, then they automatically know better, even when they're not knowing better. So to my soul, it was very confusing.
Yeah.
And I feel like as for you, like growing up and having that in your own way of programming, of being nice, you were basically taught really young to betray yourself, to silence yourself, to not speak up for yourself. Mm-hmm. And so in a sense, you ran away from yourself. And the fear then is I don't want to get too close with others because then they'll run away from me if I'm not this performer.
Yeah.
And so what a fucked up experience.
Yes.
And this is something, and I don't say that to judge your experience. No. I'm just saying what a fucked up thing we do to ourselves.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that we don't do it to ourselves consciously. What a fucked up thing we've had projected upon us and then we do to ourselves. And so it's really like forgiving people who were doing the best they knew how in the ways they programmed and projected upon us. And then forgiving ourselves for letting that take control of our life and our happiness.
Yes.
For as long as it did.
Yeah.
And for some of you listening, maybe today's the day you're like, God damn it. I want to be free. And then maybe for some, it will be years from now or lifetimes from now.
Yeah.
For some of you listening, maybe you're like, man, I remember when I had that moment with myself 5 years ago or 12 years ago or whatever. But it's always an opportunity in the divine now to take our power back. It's always this moment now where we can be in our power. But do you kind of see how I feel your dream was very symbolic in that, like showing you places you had betrayed yourself and why there's a part of you wants to run. And if it thinks it's in trouble or it's done bad things or it's not worthy.
Yeah.
Like if you've ever watched the movie series of Thor literally gets cast out, right? From, it's almost like a heavenly realm, but it's like his realm. I see it symbolically though, that, you know, I'm not into religious programming, but this whole theory that we're sinners. Now, I don't really agree that we're all just born as sinners, but I do feel like we might pick up pieces from another timeline and we still are transmuting that karma and we're still trying to wake up and come back to source. Because if we feel we've done something wrong, we, in our egoic woundedness, will try to run from God. We run from the light because we think we're bad. And kind of like Thor being cast out, and then he has to remember that he's worthy. When he remembers his own worth, he can pick up the hammer. But until he does, he doesn't feel worthy of even grabbing that hammer.
Yeah.
And he definitely doesn't feel worthy of going back
Right.
to that realm. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So what do you feel about all that connected to your dream?
That feels right.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah. That feels right, but it feels so wrong.
But it feels so wrong. It
Yeah.
does feel so wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm like we've been chatting and I'm just like so ready to release it. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I've allowed it to control me and control my relationships and keep me from getting like really close with people.
Yes.
And even having like deep love for myself and for other people. And
Yeah.
I mean, I love people, but I have a hard time showing it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like you kind of get trained to where you feel you're meant to wear a mask.
Yes.
And so you have to wear these masks to hold up this appearance of something.
You're right.
And if they see through that mask, they're going to know. They're going to throw you away.
Yes.
Instead of realizing, and this is what I talk about when I talk to anyone. Cindy knows me very well. Like, I could be in the room with anyone. I'm going to be who I am. And that is beautiful for me because I've gotten to that place where I can be authentic.
Yeah.
But I can see it is uncomfortable for those who are wearing masks and who feel that it's appropriate to, Tawnya, aren't you going to put on your fucking mask? How dare you talk so bluntly and boldly and clearly and truthfully in this office or in this situation? But I feel it's exactly what we're really all wanting deep down, is to be authentic and to be loved for who we really are.
Yes.
And we'll never know if we never let ourselves really show who we really are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then basically we just all end up like sad little performers.
Yes.
That can trick people for a little while. And then we know we can't trick them forever and we can't trick ourselves.
Can't trick ourselves, yeah.
And so then we'll sabotage because, like, you know what I mean? If you think that you're not worthy, everything, Source told me in meditation that every single human, like the core wound of humanity is the way it came through, is connected to I'm not enough.
Yeah.
And it's a core wound that is definitely capable of being healed, but not through performance.
Right.
Like the way we really heal that is we come back home to ourselves and we love ourselves and we realize the truth that no matter what, I am worthy of love. And so Cindy and I were talking about, like, it doesn't matter what character you are, like it could be, you know, Cindy struggling today, or it could be like I was talking about the president, because God damn it if that man ain't testing a lot of us, right? But in truth, I told her, like, when I'm assisting with an auric clearing, I've never had angelic messages come through or source God bring messages through that are saying, yeah, she's a little whore, you know? Never.
Gosh, you're an asshole.
You're such an asshole. It's funny. I had one woman who came in and she was like, I know what the angels are saying. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, what's that? And she's like, they're just saying I'm a little whore, aren't they? And I was like, never heard that before. But I was like, why do you feel that way? And so then that really invited us to go deeper into her own belief system about herself.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like I was telling Cindy, if we were to look at the president himself at this time and tune in on his energy, messages that would come up would be connected. Like, let's say he had the courage to come towards a soul like mine and say, I think I'm really fucking up. I think I'm really getting a lot of people to hate me. I am really scared because I actually don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm too afraid to admit I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do. How can you guys help me? And so having the courage to even come forward and admit we don't know what we're doing and that we know we're messing up, huge to a soul's ability to evolve and ascend, right? If that were to happen, the guides would tune in on him and they would help him look back at memories, prime memories, maybe in his childhood. Do you remember when this happened? Do you remember when you weren't shown the love you needed, where you were told to just compartmentalize your emotions and shut them down and you were shown that basically all that mattered was power and money and control, and that love didn't matter, and that love wasn't safe. And so do you see like where that began for you, and that you betrayed yourself for that character? And so it doesn't matter if it's my soul sister Cindy struggling in some way, or the neighbor, or my ex partner, or my grandma, or the president.
Yeah.
We're all souls in human meat suits doing the best we know how. And the ones who are really courageous and who are going to have a much more beautiful experience and are clearing karma on this timeline are the souls who will have the courage to face themselves. And so in a way, it's like our society has to look at what true courage and true power is.
Oh, yeah.
It's very distorted. In the egoic materialistic realm of things and shadow frequency, wounded ego just says it's wealth, power, control. That's what matters most. In the spiritual realms of everything, none of that shit matters at all. Yeah. It's how at peace are you within? Are you peaceful? Are you present? Are you playful? Are you, authentic? Because when you're in those places, you actually are spreading a healthier frequency. You're like a part of the solution. But when you're in the shadow, you're a part of the disease. Does that make sense? Yes. And it doesn't matter if you're driving a Lamborghini. If you're a part of the disease, you're a part of the disease. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you are living in a mansion or you live in just a cute little townhouse. If you're part of the solution, you're part of the solution. And it's a very different frequency. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so a huge part of what's going to help save humanity is for us to wake up to what really matters and not be chasing these empty, corrupt dreams, thinking they're going to ever save us. Because all it will do, I don't really care. If you're like a multi-billionaire and you think you're above spiritual law, all you're going to do is you might look like you're totally winning in the materialistic realm, but you're just going to be spinning around that merry-go-round here for lifetimes till you figure it out.
Yes.
And some souls, they might be on there for a while spinning before they ever even step back and question their morality or question what their soul actually is here for. And those humans are living with courage. Those are true sacred rebels. And that path is so worth it. It's so like, it's the whole point. It's like, it's literally the whole point of why we're here, is to remember we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and we're on a journey of ascension to come back to that wholeness. And so, in a sense, we're all like Thor. We think we did some bad thing. We fucked up and we got cast out, and we're down here scurrying around until we figure out that, wait a minute, I can actually forgive myself, forgive others, and I can step back into that vortex of alignment. Yeah. And I can come back home to Source God and be one. And once we understand that, we can be kind and merciful with others, but it doesn't mean that false, like what I was taught as a child, like sugar and spice and everything nice.
Right.
No, it's like, we can be sacred rebels where I can be a kind-hearted young girl or a kind-hearted woman, but also be searing light when it's called for. I can have authority. I can be in my power, but also I can be compassionate. It's all of it. And I think that's a lot of what humans are trying to figure out right now. A lot of humanity is trying to figure out how to balance it all, and like that it's okay to be powerful and peaceful. It's okay to be kind and stand on business.
Yeah.
And that we have to let go of some of these old scripts that we're holding on to and these old belief systems that we carry that think that's bad to be like that. Because interestingly, if it's bad to be bold and truthful, that if you feel that way, you will struggle to be around a person who's bold and truthful. Because you'll be like, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they should be more fake because I'm being fake. But it's not because they should. It's just the program that you were taught.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Or I mean, all of it. Every culture has its own belief systems, but ultimately, as humans, if we remember we're all humans, gosh, that would be a beautiful day when we all understand we're humans and we're all sharing a planet. It's a home for all of us. None of us should be feeling more superior than others.
Right.
None of us should treat others less or try to destroy others at the cost of whatever. Or as long as we're winning, we don't care what's happening to them. Like, this is insanity.
Mm-hmm.
I was just saying to my partner yesterday, I was like, do you ever feel like you're disassociating from this societal reality at times? And he was like, yeah, kind of. And he was kind of talking about how he feels. And then I was just like, it was something I was processing. I was like, I feel as conscious and sane as a soul I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking out and I'm watching and I'm looking for the beauty.
Yeah.
Trust me, like there's a reason I'm happy and joyous and I'm peaceful, playful, and present because I'm looking for that beauty. But at the same time, when I'm observing certain like news stories and things that are happening and how people are treating other people, I'm like, it's like a big fucking psych ward. Like, I feel like we're all in this fucking psych experiment, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is happening out here? So there's a lot going on, right? And there's energetics that are really awful happening. And then simultaneously, there's beautiful energetics happening. And I think kind of like the laws of attraction talks about is that there's contrast to what you love. And so ultimately, we're here to really anchor a frequency. Like, I feel like I'm very much anchoring a frequency of heaven on earth, like love in motion.
Mm-hmm.
So how can I be that love in motion? How can I be that change? I'm going to look for that. I'm going to find ways to add beauty. I'm going to find ways to make things better than I found them, to love people in ways they've never been loved, to make a beautiful garden more beautiful, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's contrast. So while I'm doing that, there might be someone over here that's trying to steal my family's inheritance. And that's actually fucking happening, right? And then there might be this person over here that's trying to sabotage something else. Or there's this greedy old person over here who is angry that I'm happy because they were mad they didn't get to ruin my life. You know? I mean, there's contrast and it's weird, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes there's like, what the fuck is all this weird shit? But ultimately, how do we stay in our frequency regardless of where others are choosing to go? I think that's like the most important question that we can stay aware of in our life is not get lost in what the world's doing, or definitely don't give up. You know, like Tomorrowland. I really think people should watch that movie. But don't give up and just think, oh, it's doom and gloom and the world's going to hell and so I may as well not care. No, that's part of why the world will feel like it's going to hell is because you're behaving as if you don't care. Like, you choosing to live a good life and do what you can is why you feel you're creating heaven on earth, as opposed to someone who's just fucking everything up because they think it's all fucked up.
Yeah.
That's why they feel like they're living in hell. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's like we have to be that change we wish to see.
Yes.
Each of us collectively.
Yes.
But anything else you wanted to say in regards to your dream and kind of what brought us to share about this? Because we're going to do another segment and I'll get more into like the auric clearing side. But anything else you wanted to say?
No, I'm just looking forward to that auric clearing.
Yeah. Which we are have already activated and began.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, I am going to end this segment and we will be picking up in another one just to keep them not too long. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today to our most recent podcast of Mindfulness Mastery 888, The Real, Raw, and Truthful. For those who would like to book any one-on-one sessions, you can contact me at mindfulnessmastery888.com. A gentle warning on working in higher realms of consciousness. As you are listening to our podcast, you may feel or experience tingles, dizziness, or tiredness. This is your body giving you guidance that it needs to relax. It's not a bad thing, but we do encourage you to honor your body and get yourself in a position where you can relax and receive these codes of consciousness. I thank you for taking a moment to subscribe, like, share, and follow, and come back and check out our newest content. Have a blessed and peaceful day.